Bharat Limited was formed with an authorized capital of rupees 40 lakhs divided into equity shares of rupees 10 each. Number one, the company issued 5,000 shares to its promoters as remuneration for services rendered by them at par. The shares are issued at par. Okay, there is no problem with that. So whenever the shares are issued to promoters, I have told you like we can use goodwill account because it is treated as a capital loss, right? So goodwill account to be debited to share capital. Acha, one more thing over here. Whenever we are using this share, so equity share capital is the right word to be used to equity share capital account, right? Because equity shares are issued. Now, how many shares are issued? 5,000 shares of 10 each. So 5,000 into 10 is 50,000. So 50,000 is the remuneration which has been paid to promoters, right? That's all for case one. Case two. Company also issued shares at 10% premium to Raman Company for the purchase of assets of rupees 5,50,000. So say for example, instead of asset, we make it machinery. Okay, purchase of machinery of rupees 5,50,000. So over here, first entry that I'll be writing is for purchase of machinery. So when I purchase machinery, the machinery account will be debited, right? Uh, to Ram and Company, right? Clear? The amount is rupees 5,50,000. Now the point is the shares are issued. The shares are issued at 10% premium, okay, to Ramen Company. So vendors like Ramen Company would be debited over here. Ramen Company account debited. We know like the shares are issued at premium. So to equity share capital, right? And to SPR, that is Securities Premium Reserve Account. You people please write in full. I do have a habit of writing this as SPR, but you people please take care कि you don't write SPR. हाँ practice करने के लिए ठीक है, but whenever it is in the exams and all, तो Securities Premium Reserve Account has to be written in full. Now the point is over here I told you whenever the shares are issued at premium, we need to apply one formula over here, and that formula was to calculate number of shares. Okay, number of shares was equal to amount payable. The formula was amount payable to be divided by issue price. Okay, so this is the formula. Now, if I have to continue with the formula and if I have to just know how many shares I have issued as a company, right? So number of shares that will be equal to amount payable can be seen as 5,50,000. Issue price, the shares are issued at 10% premium. So share is of rupees 10 each. 10 ka 10% is 1. So issue price will be 11. Okay. So okay. So 5,50,000 to be divided by 11. I'm sure like everybody has understood this issue price. So this will give me 50,000 shares, right? This will be required. Okay. तो ये आपको रफ में कहीं ना कहीं कैलकुलेट कर लेना है. Okay. So 50,000 shares are there now. What's the need? So over here, whenever you do the calculations, we know like the shares are issued at premium. Face value of the share is 10, premium is 10%, so that's 1 rupee. So what I can do is I can't change the amount of the vendor. 5,50,000 ka 5,50,000 ही रहेगा. But now when it comes to share capital, how many shares are there? 50,000 shares. So 50,000 shares into the face value, that is 10 rupees. So 50 into 10, that will be 5 lakh rupees. This is what is the use, and 50,000 into 1, that is 50,000. Okay, this really helps. यहाँ पर amount बहुत simple है, बहुत easy है, तो it is easy going for all of us, but at times it may help us, right? So please do the calculations. Okay. The next sum now. Okay, so out of 3 cases, okay, for shares issued for consideration other than cash, we have gone through 2 cases over here. One is issued to promoters and second is for purchase of an asset. So 2 cases are done. Now I think over here we have an example of a business purchase. Now for business purchase, before I write any entry over here, okay, let me do the calculations. Let us read it. Okay, A Limited purchased a running business from B Limited. So B Limited is a vendor company for a sum of rupees 1,50,000. Okay, for a sum of rupees 1,50,000, that means this amount is a purchase consideration. You have to read and write. Okay, purchase consideration is rupees 1,50,000. After that, payable by issue of 10,000 equity shares at a premium of rupees 2 per share and the balance in cash. Okay, now how is this amount paid? Okay, purchase consideration is paid as, okay, let me write this. How many shares are there? Equity shares 10,000, right? Equity shares 10,000 shares of rupees 10 each. Okay, so that will be 1 lakh rupees. Okay. SPR is also there. How many shares are there? 10,000 shares into 2 per share is a premium. So this will be 20,000. So out of 1 lakh 50, 1 lakh 20 has been paid by issue of shares and premium and the balance in cash. So balance is, एक second. Balance is 1 lakh 50 minus 1 lakh 20, right? Okay, so that is 30,000. Okay. So balance 30,000 paid by cash. I'm sure like you all are clear with this particular working. Total purchase consideration 1 lakh 50 here, 1 lakh 20 has been issued by shares at a premium and they're balanced by cash. Okay. Now the assets and liabilities consist of the following. So what are the assets and liabilities are taken over? I have to write it. Okay. Let us get the total assets taken over. Total assets taken over. Yes, get me the amount, please. This will be like 40,000 plus 40,000 plus 50,000 plus 30,000 plus 20,000. Okay, that's all. 40, 40, 50, 30, 20. Haan, theek hai. So this will be 1 lakh and 1 lakh 80,000. Okay, the 1 lakh 80 is assets taken over. So liabilities taken over kitna hai? Liabilities taken over is only creditors rupees 20,000, right? So now I need to calculate over here net assets. It is required. Net assets will be equal to assets taken over minus liabilities taken over. TIES. Okay. So net assets will be equal to assets total can be seen as 1 lakh 80 minus liabilities 20. So difference is 1 lakh 60,000. Now these things are going to be very important for me. Net asset is 1 lakh 60 and purchase consideration is 1 lakh 50. At the time of business purchase, I need to think over, I need to check these two. Now, purchase consideration is something less than the net assets. We are paying less. So it is going to be a profit and this profit is a capital profit, and because it's a capital profit, we will be having a capital reserve. Capital reserve will be equal to net assets minus purchase consideration. So capital reserve will be equal to 1 lakh 60,000 minus 1 lakh 50,000. So that is 10,000. Okay. So this is what is the basic working required. आप लोगों में से कई smart बच्चे हैं कि those who will be able to do it orally, I don't mind it, but do not make any mistakes, right? So after doing this basic calculation, then only we can move for the entries. ठीक है
सर ये एक्सप्लेन करो ना परचेज कंसिडरेशन वो नहीं आया
ये तो बेटा दिया ही हुआ डायरेक्टली कुछ दिया मतलब कुछ करना नहीं है इसमें ये देखो ना A Limited purchase a running business for a sum of 1 lakh 50 for a sum of मतलब इतना हमें पेमेंट करना है so this is what is a purchase consideration that's all अब उसको कैसे पे किया है तो इक्विटी शेयर्स ऑफ 10 each at 12 वो तो क्लियर होगा ठीक है बैलेंस कैश तो बैलेंस कितना बच गया 30,000 वो कैश में पे किया Now, when you have to write the entries over here, the first entry that you write is for the assets and liabilities taken over. For assets taken over, I need to copy all these amounts, right? One by one. I can't write sundry assets. I need to write all these assets, right? Like plant account debit. Okay. Then is building account debit. You can't write sundry assets. अगर sundry assets लिखोगे तो marks will be deducted. You cannot, right? Marks मिलेंगे नहीं. Deduct क्या होंगे? Stock account debit, Debtors account debit, furniture account debit, right? And now liabilities में क्या है? Creditors account, and टू पता है कि वेंडर कौन है? बी लिमिटेड. ओके, ये नॉर्मल एंट्री हम लोग करते ही हैं. अब बच्चे यहाँ पे क्या भूल जाते हैं? दिस गुडविल और कैपिटल रिजर्व. गुडविल कैपिटल रिजर्व लिखना भूल जाते हैं. तो ओवर हियर वी हैव कैपिटल रिजर्व, सो वी शुड नॉट फॉरगेट दिस एंड लेट अस राइट दिस टू कैपिटल रिजर्व अकाउंट. ओके, नाउ एसेट्स वैल्यू, plant is 40,000, building 40,000, 50,000 for stock, 30,000 for debtors, 20,000 for furniture. Okay, next is creditors is 20,000. B limited में amount कितना लिखेंगे? तो it is always a purchase consideration, always. ठीक है, तो that's all. And बाकी क्या रह गया? Capital reserve 10,000. Okay, so this is how you are supposed to write the first entry with the respective amounts. If anyone has any problem, please ask in the entry, right? Should not be there, but still. Second, shares are issued. Shares, 10,000 shares are issued of rupees 10 each at a premium of 2. The shares are issued at premium. So let me write this. Vendor account debit, that is B limited account will be debited over here, right? The shares are issued, so 2 equity share capital, right? And to SPR. I repeat again, SPR के लिए मैं लिख रहा हूँ लेकिन आप लोग नहीं लिखोगे. Shares of 10,000 तो 1,20,000, ये हो गया था 1 लाख. कैलकुलेशन में आप देख सकते हो 20,000. ठीक है, डन. How much was cash paid? तो cash paid can be seen as 30,000, right? अब 30,000 जो cash पे किया है, तो कंपनी के जो transactions हैं generally do not take place in cash. So what are we going to do is कि we will be writing it as bank only. Okay, तो by check. So B limited account debit, भले ही cash लिखा है तो भी हमें check के through payment करेंगे to bank account. Okay, 30,000. Now in this case many students do ask me कि सर ये बैंक तो ठीक है लेकिन अब ये दो entries को हम merge करके लिख सकते हैं? Yes, you can always write it. Okay, पता है कि B limited को 1,50,000 पे किया है, but if you are confident कि yes you are writing it correctly, तो you can always write. So B limited account debited, 2 equity share capital, 2 SPR, 2 bank can be the entry for payment of purchase consideration. That's all for the sum. Nikhil Limited purchased a running business of Sonia Limited for a sum of 22 lakhs. 22 lakhs is a purchase consideration by issuing 20,000 fully paid equity shares of 100 each at a premium of 10%. ठीक है. The assets and liabilities consider the following. Okay, past journal entries in the books of Nikhil Limited. ठीक है, it's very simple. See, like purchase consideration is already given to us. So let me write that. Okay. Purchase consideration is 22 lakhs. ठीक है. Amount paid is amount paid for purchase consideration. Okay, we know like equity shares are issued. Equity shares कितने issue करे हैं? Number of shares is also given to us, so we need not to work out anything. Of 100. Okay, so that will come to 20,000 into 100 will be 20 lakhs, right? And again SPR can be seen. SPR is 10%. तो 10% किसका लेंगे? 20 lakhs का, right? So that will be 2 lakh. मतलब 22 lakhs था, 22 lakhs हमने pay कर दिया. So there is no problem at all now. Okay. So now what? After SPR, let us find the same thing. Total assets taken over. Total of assets taken over. Okay. So assets का machinery can be seen rupees 7 lakh plus debtors 2,50,000 plus stock 5 lakh rupees plus building 11,50,000, right? And bills payable तो ठीक है. तो इसका टोटल करेंगे प्लीज कितना आएगा? 7 to 9 14 25 26. ठीक है ना? 26 lakhs. Okay. Now total of liabilities taken over. Okay. Liabilities में तो bills payable ही दिख रहा है 2,50,000. ठीक है. So net assets. Net assets कैसे फाइंड करते हैं? Assets minus liabilities. Okay. So net assets will be equal to 26 lakhs, right, minus 2,50,000. तो कितना आ जाएगा? 26 minus 250, 2350. ठीक है. So this is the second thing I wanted to know. After purchase consideration, my always objective is to know the net assets. Now net asset has come to 2350 and purchase consideration is 22 lakhs. Again, the same case can be seen. We are paying something less than the net assets. So difference is going to be the capital reserve, right? So capital reserve is, I'm writing directly now, 23 lakh 50,000 minus 22 lakhs, that is 1 lakh 50,000. Okay, so first entry for assets purchase, right? We have machinery, right? Machinery, debtors, stock building. Machinery, debtors, right? Stock building. Two liabilities में क्या है? Bills payable. And two vendor. Vendor कौन है? Sonia Limited. Please take care of this also. Students do make a mistake here also कि वो Nikhil Limited लिख देते हैं, but that's not done, right? And in this case, we know like it's a capital reserve. The capital reserve also has to be there. Okay. Amounts, machinery can be seen as 7 lakh, 2 lakh 50,000, then is 5 lakh and 11 lakh 50,000. Okay. And on the other side, bills payable can be seen as 2 lakh 50,000. Sonia Limited with the amount of purchase consideration, that is 22 lakhs. And capital reserve can be seen as capital reserve 1 lakh 50,000, right? So that's all for the first entry. I'm sure like everybody is now comfortable with. And the second entry that we need to write it for the payment of the purchase consideration to Sonia Limited, right? So Sonia Limited account to be debited. Okay. Two, we have issued shares. So two, equity share capital. And the shares are issued at premium to two, SPR account. Okay. Sonia Limited, we cannot change the amount. It will be fixed, right? And the shares issued can be seen as 20 lakhs and the premium amount can be seen as 2 lakh. Done. So this is how like you have to go for the sums of, like the purchase consideration basically, right? Shares issued for consideration other than cash. Promoters का किया, asset purchase किया and business purchase किया. Okay, all three types have been done.